Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome back. We're still at a weird angle because the desk didn't arrive. It did not arrive like it was supposed to. It was supposed to be here yesterday by end of business, which is Sunday a business day? I mean, I guess it was for the NFL yesterday, but good to see everybody back. Who do we got here this morning? We've got Sneeps up in here, Snoop-a-loop. Happy National Football Hangover Day. Listen, I think Bill Simmons was the one who had this idea initially, or at least publicized it. This got to be a holiday. Just make this President's Day, you know? It's like, I don't think anybody's like, oh, man, we didn't celebrate his actual birthday on his birthday. Just put it right now. It's fine. Happy 20th birthday to Derek Lively, says the common man. Welcome to the 20s, Lively. Jump Shoot says, good morning. Was the Usher performance so legendary that it changed your mind on the bike stream and will now be on roller skates? No, I wouldn't go that far. I will say, I have now, and this is, we've been trending in this direction for a little while now, but last night was like a real reminder that I am now old. Like I am in the target demo of this shit. Like where before it was like, here comes Aerosmith or the Rolling Stones. And now it's like, how about Usher with Luda and Alicia Keys and Lil Jon? And I was like, man, this slaps. So yeah, I'm old now. I'm washed, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Also, what do you guys expect from Super Bowl commercials? I'm so fascinated by the discourse being like, wow, the advertising agency has really changed since the days of Don Draper. I remember when a guy would slide across a bedsheet out a window over the Doritos. Now it's just Jesus. I think the unintentional comedy of having Marky Mark Wahlberg out there saying, hey, prayers up to the Catholic. What's up one time? I think that's very funny. I thought that was hilarious, and I want more of that. Just good stuff all around. But anyways, yeah, the discourse is weird. Serbian Snake is a cool nickname, says regular. Yeah, I'm here for it. Sneeps is here. We get the Hoggy. Raise it. Yeah, we'll do that after we break down this weekend's action. I like that idea. Matic Otto's here. We got Garen Reese is here. Mitch Kupchak is leaving the Hornets. Is that breaking news? Is that breaking news, regulator? Totally missed that. Josh Ness is back. Let's go. Weisberg's here. Who else? We got Roy's up in the street. Anybody else? You were on. Yeah, Dun Kings was great. I want to buy that merch. I want to buy the Dun Kings merch. I'm ready for it. I am. Again, anybody that I hate everybody. I hate everybody. That's the clip. Ooh, Julian's from Paris. Bonjour. You are always on top. Great show. Let's go, Julian. We'd love to see you. Thanks for being here. And people forget we clung to the commercials because the game is dog shit. That is true. Yeah, listen, I think young people didn't like Usher in the same way that I didn't like the acts when I was young too, but I'm here with it. I'm here for it. I was here for the performance last night. Now I get why everybody was so horny at the Park MGM every time we were there. For those that don't know, we stayed at the Park MGM for Summer League, which, by the way, I booked my hotel this week. So July 11th, I'm going out there for Summer League. It starts on the 12th, so I'm going to be there 11th to whatever the Monday is. So if you guys are interested in coming, we're going to do a live show again. We'll do a happy hour. We're going to go watch some basketball, stay at the Park MGM. It's a good time. We'll talk more about it as we get closer. But the hotel was actually super cheap, so take a look at it. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was yelling about now. Now I remember why I was so horny, because, man, Usher's in there in an enclosed environment, because that's where his residency was, at the Park MGM up until this year. Man, that was a horny show. That was a horny show, you know? Anyways, Super Bowl was fun. I enjoyed it. I know it was like pretty boring game up until the fourth quarter, but that was a good time. I enjoyed it. I was able to smash a couple. I fired a bunch of pick'ems and a bunch of bets, and I hit two, which I think I made a couple hundred because of it. The big one I got real lucky with overtime, so it was under Brandon Ayuk's 60 yards. It was under 60. I think he finished like 48 or something. I did an alt line on Travis Kelsey's receiving yards, which was 90, which he needed 4 in overtime, and he got it on that last drive. I had Christian McCaffrey's alt line of receiving yards, which was 60 something. He got that in overtime. And there was and then it was over 25 rushing yards from Patty Mahomes. It was like 25 to win 800. Let's go. Let's go. But anyways, it was good times. I had a great time last night. I had a great weekend. Also saw my buddy, Justin Catchins from the 89 Cavs, Jay Catch. He did his half hour this weekend. First full half hour of stand-up, and it was awesome. He crushed. It was really fun. So if you're not following him already, go follow him. Good stuff. Regulator saying Jake Fisher hinted that Charlotte's new head of basketball ops could have a connection to Duke. Wouldn't rule out other names. Dude, no. Bring in Krzyzewski, baby. Bring in Coach K. Trajan Langdon would be a good one, though. Look at Sneeps. First day in the underdog streets, too, which sign up using promo code HOLE. But yeah, I enjoyed the game last night. Had myself a nice weekend. Getting excited for All-Star game, which I should say, let's do a little business here up top. For today, I think at 2:00 we're gonna do the. We already put up the fast break stream for the free version, the behind the paywall, the VIPs. That'll be up at 2:00. We'll have live before lock at 5:30 on the So Rare channel, followed by live after dark at 6:30, which we just kind of go, and that's just for VIPs. So if you're interested in the VIP, you should be able to find a link in the show notes. Go check that out. That's all today. Tomorrow we'll just have the NBA bit, and then Wednesday I'm gonna do like a midday show. No morning show, and then that's it because it's Valentine's Day. I'm not doing content at night, I don't think. Anyways, so I'm going out to dinner. And then Thursday and Friday, no shows, but I think you will get some content for maybe some man on the street shit because I'm going to be in Indianapolis. So if you guys are out there, hit me up. Let me know. I'm going to go to the No Dunk Show on Friday. Hang out with some Sorarians out there. We're gonna do some videos. We're gonna go to the Rising Stars game, all the celebrity stuff on Saturday, not celebrity stuff, the 3-point contest, dunk contest, all that stuff, All-Star game on Sunday. So I think I'm doing like an Instagram or Twitter takeover for So Rare NBA. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So stay tuned for a lot of that stuff. Looking forward to it. Also, I did proclaim on Live Before Lock on Friday that I was going to make a podium this week. And by me, I meant Jeb. Shout out Jeb, won the limited champion this week. Good stuff. Good stuff. Raisin says, cannot wait to roll over the gauntlet funds into the dance when it drops. Yeah. Hey, how did you do in the gauntlet? How did you do, Raisin? Let's get into this weekend's action. We'll like kind of fly through it. So Friday and Saturday, jam-packed basketball action. On Sunday, we only had 2 games. And then we'll take a look at, for Raisin's idea from earlier, we'll look at some of maybe some playoff projection stuff. So Friday, Celtics have been doing this weird thing lately where they're just like, hey, listen, are you a really good team? If you're a really good team, we'll play really good basketball. If you're a really bad team, we're going to play really bad basketball, but we still might get a win. Celtics beat the Wizards 133-129. Big game from Tatum. Tatum had like a big time weekend. He had 35, 10, and 8. So did Porzingis. He had a nice weekend. He had 34 and 11. Holiday 27 and 5. Some discourse about Jaylen Brown not getting a ton of shots up in that first game, and he had some pretty good comments. I'm not really worried about JB. Kispert actually, you know what? There is something interesting about the Wiz here. So Denny Avdia had a really nice weekend. He had 24 and 11 in this game. Kispert 24, 6 and 4. But so the Wizards trade away Daniel Gafford. And so everybody's like, oh, dude, watch out, baby. No Marvin Bagley on Friday, going to be Eugene Omari or Anthony Gill. And it wasn't. Eugene played a little bit, but they played really, really small with like Kuzma at the 5. But they started Bilal Coulibaly on Friday. And you guys know I'm a big Bilal fan. He had 21 and 8 in this game. Does a lot of the peripheral stuff. Oh man, Stan Love's still down so bad from the weekend. Dude, just go. I'm sorry your Duncan Robinson baller shoes are down, dude, you know? But Bilal's a name we should probably pay attention to, whether you're in Fast Break, So Rare, DFS, whatever. Because if the Wizards are now being like letting go of the rope here, and they're just going to let's see what we got from our young guys. I know they never did this with Johnny Davis, and not that Bilal and Johnny Davis are the same kind of guy, but I'm curious to see how they're going to use Coulibaly the rest of the way. And that was a good sign on Friday. I like that. Hawks beat the Sixers, who are spiraling here a little bit. 127-121. No DeJounte in this game, and Trey went ham. 37 and 12. Big performance from Trey. Sadiq Bey had 18 and 11. On Yeka, on Kongu at 21 and 8. And then on the Sixers side of things, no Maxey in this game. Tobias had 21, 7 and 6. Cam Payne went out there. He had 20 and 6. Buddy had a good weekend too. Like I think Buddy's role in Buddy, oh man, Stan, dude, hit that blunt early, baby. Hit it early. It's too listen, it had nothing to do. Like the vibes in Miami are down so bad, but it's not, you guys are an April team anyways, so you can just chill. But Buddy, like in Indiana, wasn't getting really the volume. And now with no Embiid, Maxey's kind of in and out. Buddy was able to chuck. He had 20 points in that game. And then Kelly Oobs had 28 and 12 in that game. I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lick of it. I didn't watch any of it. The Sixers are now kind of a tough watch right now. Even when they play Atlanta, who's like, hey, we'll let you score a bunch of points. Kind of a tough watch. Speaking of tough watch, Toronto got a win over the Raptors 107-104. I'm sorry. Şengün played, but not really in this game. He was just MIA. Jabari had 12 and 10. Dylan Brooks had 20. Cam Whitmore had 17 off the bench. But for the Raptors, it was IQ and RJ that led the way. IQ had 25 and 4. RJ Barrett 21, 7 and 5. And Scotty Barnes almost had a triple-double on Friday. And then on Saturday, he was like, let me get that triple-double for you. He had 13, 10, and 8 in this game. Toronto, one of the worst teams since trading away Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. And I guess that's not surprising, but it did make me wonder, like, how much of a conversation do you think Masai had with Scotty Barnes before all of these moves were made? Because I guess if you're Scotty, right, you're in year 3 now, right? This is year 3 of the Barnes. I wonder if there's part of him that is kind of like, hey, man, this blows, like as this rookie contract comes to a close, like, is he like, hey, I don't really like winning 4 games a year. That's not my vibe. So I wonder what kind of long-term conversations were had before they got rid of Siakam and OG. And hey, maybe he's just like, dude, I want it to be my team. It's confusing whose team it is now. So I don't know. We'll see. Just something to keep an eye on. Bucks finally got a win. The Bucks game was so wild. We got a Thanasis Sham God in this game. We also got some crazy like sidestep, falling out of bounds, 3-point attempt that hit the side of the backboard. Gross shit. Bucks win 120-84. The Hornets were super shorthanded as they didn't get to use their new guys yet. So it was just like Miller, Bridges, and Nick Richards all had double digits, and then the game was over. Nick Rich had 16 and 11. That's the only thing we need to talk about. Giannis, limited minutes, had 15 points, 14 boards. Dame Time had 26 and 8. Bees 21, and then Portis had 18 and 7. Milwaukee, good to get a win because they've been. We're going to look at the standings here in a little bit, and they. The Cavs, we're going to get to Cleveland. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Let's wait till we get to Saturday. Kings beat the Nuggets. Denver was on a back-to-back after that big win on Thursday night, and they looked like it. Everybody looked kind of tired. Jokic still had 23, 8, and 7, but Kings 135-106. Sabonis is on his I didn't get an all-star nod revenge tour right now. He had 17, 17, and 10. Also, people talking about the Jaylen Brown thing. Hey, you guys want full honest opinion? I haven't seen it yet. All I saw were the conversations around. I'm sure it did look dirty. I didn't see it. I watched up until I don't know how I missed it. I was watching the game. I went out to watch the game yesterday, but I did totally miss it. So there you go. Maybe it was dirty. I don't know. All I know is Miami's down bad. So there you go. And I saw all I saw were the comments after where Jaylen Brown was like, dude, he knew what he was doing out there. Was it revenge for what they were doing to Porzingis? I don't know. I'll have to go back. We'll have to review the tape later. We'll have to review it. Dude, Stan, why are you so angry, man? What's the matter with you? Who hurt you this weekend, Stan? Did somebody say something mean to you? Did somebody not compliment you on your hair? What happened, Stan? Stan, what happened? What happened, man? Everybody, guys, do me a favor. I want everybody to open your arms wide. I want you to open your arms wide. And then we're going to virtually wrap our arms around Stan. Wrap them around Stan. Stan, it's a new week. Take that Garfield energy. Shake it on out, Stan. Shake it on out. Okay? Because you were going to take back Mondays today, Stan. Okay? We're going to take them back. We're going to take them back. Alan was saying live before lock. Let's go. Well, we're not. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. We're not locking yet. You are not alone. We are here with Stan. Though he is a bitch. I don't know what to rhyme with bitch. All right, let's keep going. Lakers beat the Pellies 139-122. Trade deadline is passed. Austin Reeves, D'Lo combined for 57. D'Lo had 30 and 5. Austin Reeves had 27. Also, big Zion game, 39 and 5. Ingram had 22, 7 and 7. LeBron James had 21 and 14. And then Brandon Ingram. I'm sorry. AD 26 and 6. So that was good. That was a good win for the Lakers. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's move on to Saturday. Mavericks beat the piss out of the Thunder. This is a weird game. So Mavs get up huge early in the game. And then I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. Thunder comes storming back. And we've talked about this so many times. The teams expel so much energy to get back into the game that if you don't get over that hump, gone. And then the Mavs pulled away again in the second half. 146-111. SGA, I was about to say like bad game from SGA because he only had 25, 6 and 5. Luka, let's do a Luka drop, baby. Let's get a Luka drop up in here. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, girl. Oh no, I lost it. There it is. Luka magic. I saw the common man on Twitter too be like, bring on the Thunder in the playoffs. I love it. I love the energy. Luka had 32, 9 and 8, and Kyrie had 25, 8 and 6. Good win. Good win for the Mavs. Love to see it. Clips beat the Pistons. Also, hey, can we just let's do a Detroit drop because I'm gonna tell you right now, Detroit basketball is actually fun to watch now. Detroit basketball. Detroit's fun now, man. They're letting them play. They're letting their young guys play. They started Muscala, who only played like 12 minutes, but other than that, all their young guns. Fontecchio off the bench had 20 and 9. Ivy had 23 and 4. Jaden Ivey's playing awesome basketball. Cade's 22, 10 and 6. Duran had 10 and 18 in that game. They're just fun, man. They're a fun team. It seems like they got rid of all of the guys that could slow them down or that Monty Williams would play to slow them down. And it looked like Detroit was going to win this game. They had like a decent second half lead, and then the Clippers outscored the Pistons by 11 in the fourth quarter. Paul George with 33, 5 and 3. Kawhi, another solid game, 24 and 5. And then Harden, 14 and 8. Russ is just such like a firecracker off the bench. It's fun to see. Do you think Flynn gets any run in Detroit? No, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do it. Do I think the Wizards end up with the worst record? Yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit. Let me get back to let's get back to Saturday. Nets beat the Spurs 123-103. Unwatchable. It was unwatchable basketball. I tried for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I can't do this. Wemby had 21 and 4. That's how bad both of these teams are. That even Wembanyama being in the game couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. Vassell had 17-6. Keldon Johnson had like 19 off the bench. Claxton had 20 and 11. I will say, like, one bright spot for Brooklyn, although it almost feels like they should have moved him to get some assets back. Claxton is good. I was listening to the JJ Redick podcast, The Old Man and the Three. They had Luka on. It was a really fun interview. Luka, a lot of charisma from that man. But mentioned about how, like, gave Claxton some love about how, like, well he was defending Luka, a big, actually, like, bodying him like that. But anyways, Claxton with a double-double, 20 and 11, and Cam Thomas with 25 and 4. Yeah, I don't know, man. Try watch them all season. I can't. It's just a tough watch. And it's weird. I like Keldon Johnson. I'm a Devin Vassell fan. Sorry, Wemby, obviously. Like, I just don't know why it's so bad. Speaking of so bad, the Hornets, not so fast, right? So the Hornets come out there, and I apologize for those in the So Rare streets. I didn't have an opportunity to film value hunting this weekend. But something to note, Hornets, who would have guessed? You roll out professional basketball players, Hornets play a little bit better. Grant Williams played 32 minutes off the bench. He was fine. Trey Mann started. He played some good basketball. Micic had 18 and 9 in 26 minutes. Bridges had 25, 6 and 5. Miller at 18 and 6. Good win for them. Gigi had 16 off the bench. for the Grizz. And Jaren Jackson Jr. a little bit on a heater, 29-3. Good stuff. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I highly recommend listening to that podcast. I know that was the clip that was cut for the internet. It was pretty good. But yeah, good. Anyways, I wonder if Charlotte plays again. Charlotte's not going to win a lot of basketball games, but I do think they're going to be a little bit more competitive here, especially because like I think for the guys that got moved, right? Like PJ Washington gets traded. And he looked great for Dallas, by the way, in that game against the Thunder. But these guys who got traded to them are probably a little bit more motivated, right? Like Trey Mann and Micic were just sitting there waiting in the wings on a very talented OKC Thunder team, not getting a chance to play a ton of minutes, and now are probably going to play like I can't imagine the Hornets are rushing LaMelo Ball back at this point. So they should get a chance to run. So no more Bryce McGowans, no more Ish Smith. They get to move forward. Magic beat the Bulls. Yeah, Trey Mann is going to cook. I'm excited about Trey Mann. Magic beat the Bulls in overtime, 114-108. These are two feisty teams. I enjoy it. DDR, 28-4-4. Vucci Mane had 26-17. Io 19. You know what's been playing good basketball since coming back from injury? Franz Wagner. He had 36-5, and Paolo Banchero had 19-8-7. Also, shout out everybody that made that joke last night, saying congrats to Patrick Mahomes with the picture of Paolo from the F1 event. Good callback, great comedy. Love to see it. But anyways, good win. We're going to talk about the playoff picture here in a little bit, but good win for Orlando, who are now, with Philly doing their thing. And that by thing, I mean losing games. They do have a chance to kind of grab that 5 or 6 spot there, most likely 6 spot. But Franz has been cooking. He's been really good. Sixers beat the Wiz 119-113. Denny, another big game from Denny, man, 21-13. We're talking about Buddy getting more opportunities now. He had 23-6-5. Tyrese Maxey returned after missing a bunch of games from an illness, I believe. He had 28-9-7. Tyus Jones had 25-9. Kuz 21-5. It's crazy how bad Jordan Poole is, right? Like, I feel like even when they lose games, right? I'm like, well, they scored 113 points, or against the Celtics, they scored 120 something, right? I'm like, I'm sure Jordan Poole got his, right? No, he didn't. He's bad, man. And it's so weird because he should have all the opportunities in the world. I don't know if just confidence is like so shot, but man, it's just crazy to me that he's not getting, like, in Philly's not playing real defense anymore, right? With no Embiid, like they're nothing. He's just so bad, man. Hawks beat the Rockets 122-113. No Şengün in this game. He missed. Jalen Green, the heater of him continues. I guess all they needed to do was pretend to trade him, and then Jalen Green goes ham. He had a triple-double in this game, 26, 14, and 10. DeJounte Murray returned in this game, and he was awesome. He had 34, 7, and 6. The Sadiq Bey renaissance has been something. He's been playing really well. 24 and 6. Jalen Johnson, 21 and 6. Trey had 18 and 8. Amen Thompson, 12 and 11. Good win for Atlanta. I saw a crazy stat here since we're talking about Houston dropping back-to-back games here to Toronto and then Atlanta. So and this is from Tom Ziller. Fun fact, he said, on December 15th, Houston had a better record than Cleveland. So on December 15th, Houston had a better record than Cleveland. The Rockets are now 12 and a half games worse than Cleveland. From December 15th to February 12th, less than 2 months, they are now 12 and a half games worse than Cleveland. Cleveland, who I believe is 20-1 in their last, or 19-1 in their last 20. Absolutely insane stat there. Who's better, Jordan Poole or Johnny Davis? Honestly, fucking who knows, man? Who knows? All right, let's keep going here. I think we only have a couple games left on Saturday. Pacers beat the Knicks. Halliburton played in this game. So did Brunson, 125-111. Halliburton finally played 30 minutes, so it feels like he's ramping up. So he should be ready for All-Star game weekend. But he had 22 and 12 in those 30 minutes. Brunson's return did not slow down at all. 39 and 4 for Brunsanity. Burks played. He had 22 off the bench, and Miles Turner had 23 and 8. Finally, a good Miles Turner game. But good win for the Pacers, who, again, like the Magic, they're all going to be vying for that 6 seed, I imagine, right? Or right, because we'll look at it. I keep getting ahead of myself. Raptors, after getting a win on Friday, were like, hey, let's come on. Let's relax. They get smoked by Cleveland 119-95. You know who's been playing some pretty good basketball since their return? Evan Mobley. Mobley had 17 and 11 in this game. He's been cooking for them as Bickerstaff is like slowly bringing his minutes along. He's been playing really well. Garland still hasn't like figured it out yet. Not that he hasn't figured it out yet, but his stats have just been so-so. But I guess they're probably fine with that because they keep ripping off W's. Also, they didn't play their full minutes because this game was over fast. Allen had 18 and 15. Scotty Barnes, trip dub, 24, 10 and 10. And then RJ had 14 and 7. Roy said, can Hal even get back to the levels he was before the injury? Yeah, I think so. They're just not playing him. He was playing 20 minutes a game, you know? So he was still getting like double-digit assists. And he was averaging like a half assist every minute he was on the court. So I'm not worried about Hallie at all. I'm not really worried about him. No. All right. Top Shot Tesla stretching out to make sure no Mobley's even been knocking down threes, Tesla. He's been knocking down threes, Tesla. I've been watching it. But anyways, good win for Cleveland, who just continues to beat the pants out of everyone. But the game of the night on Saturday, which I saw the replay of because I wasn't able to watch basketball Saturday night, the Warriors won 113-112. Steph, there was an insane entry pass. So the Warriors are down 2 with like 2 point something left. Pajemski has an inbound pass, and he throws a crazy dangerous pass. That was like, didn't seem like there was a lot of mustard on it. It seemed like it was just a half inch away from getting either tipped or picked off. Steph catches it from, 40 feet and then just lets it go. And to me, this was one of my favorite Steph Curry celebrations because there wasn't like, I know sometimes you get that like boyish excitement and energy, right? It wasn't that. He just kind of was like, yeah, of course. Buckets. Big time win. 113-112. KD finished the game at 24, 10 and 7. Booker had 32 and 6, and then no one else did anything for the Suns. The rest of the Suns, like the starters and the bench, just did nothing. Curry had 39 and 6, and then Kuminga continues to be their second best player, 21 and 5. Roy, back to the Hallie, said it's interesting because Siakam hasn't been getting in the groove. Prime Hallie will make him a lot better. That's funny you say that, Roy. I mean, I know Siakam had a bad game this weekend, but other than that, I thought Siakam's been like pretty solid for them with the Pacers. So maybe I'm like just cherry picking a couple games, but I feel like Siakam's playing pretty well for him. The last game on Saturday that was boring, the Pels beat the Blazers 93-84. Trey Murphy led the way with 24 and 5. BI had 17 and 9. Grant had 24, but Aiden had a night. Aiden with 18 and 17. Pretty good. And then let's just get through Sunday games. We'll take our quick break and then go look at the playoffs. So Sunday, Celtics 110, 106. Tatum at 26, 10 and 9. Jaylen Brown with the dirty play. Listen, I'll just come out and say it. Stan, do you feel better? It was a dirty play. Have I seen it yet? No, but I trust the chat. Okay. Zinger had 25 and 9. Porzingis looked awesome. Brown had 20 and 9. The Heat got off to a slow start offensively and then started picking it up. Bam, 22 and 13. And then listen, even though it came in an L, we'll do a Tyler Hero drop because my guy had 24, 5 and 4. Boston continues to cook, which is kind of, again, let me finish this and then we'll go into the standings. I'm all over the place. Yeah, Terry Rozier got hurt. That didn't look great. Also, Josh Richardson looked like he separated his shoulder or dislocated his shoulder or something. It was that was wild. And then somebody else got hurt. Norm Powell looked like he got smoked this weekend with a lot of weird injuries. Last game, though, OKC bounces back after that loss to the Mavericks by beating the Kangs, 127-113. Sabonis, again, 2 triple-doubles this weekend, this time 21, 14, 11. Dude, what's going on with De'Aaron Fox? 15 and 5. I feel like it's like we get 1 out of every 5 games. Like, is he hurt? Is there an undisclosed injury like in the offseason? Or are we going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, De'Aaron Fox just went under the knife? Like, I don't know what is going on with Fox, man. He don't look right. Monk had 26 and 5 though. And then for the the Thunder, J-Dub had a big-time game. J-Dub had 32, 9 and 8 for them. I love Jalen Williams. SGA had 38 and 7. And then we'll end this weekend's recap with our man Dort going 17 and 9. All right, so let's go take a look at the standings. We can talk some playoffs, and then we'll actually take our first official break. So what I think is kind of wild is that this is both to pump up the Celtics and the Cavs. So the Celtics still have a 5-game lead in the East, even though the Cavs are 19 and 1 in their last 20. That's crazy for both of those teams. So Cleveland now
has a 2-game lead on the Milwaukee Bucks in that 2 seed. So you got Celtics at 41-12, 8-2 in their last 10, winners of 4 in a row. Cleveland now 5 games back in the 2 seed, 9-1 in their last 10, 19-1 in their last 20, 35-16, just wild. The Bucks 4-6 in their last 10, finally get a W under Doc Rivers. They play Denver tonight. That'll be a good one. They're 7 games back, 2 games behind Cleveland, but only 1 game ahead of the Bing Bong Boys in New York, who are 33-20 and 8 games back. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Honestly, they'd be ahead of Milwaukee right now if it wasn't for all those injuries. Also, speaking of injuries, one thing I forgot to say, man, Chris Middleton looks like, I think they said he was going to miss another 2 weeks or without a timetable to return. It's something like that. But yeah, the Middleton injury really hurts them. You're going to see heavy Jay Crowder minutes in the year 2024 of our Lord. Like, what's going on? And then the Pacers now, the Sixers, who are 2-8 in their last 10. So they're in the 5 seed, but they only have a 2-game lead on the Pacers. The fact that they're only 2 games back of the 5 seed without having Halliburton or their real Halliburton in a while. This is going to be an interesting race here down the stretch. And then the Magic are only a half game behind the Pacers. So like, if Embiid is really going to miss the next couple of months, the Sixers are going to be playing in the play-in game because I think the Pacers are going to catch them. And honestly, the Magic or the Heat, like one of those 2 teams is going to catch Philly too, because Philly, congrats on getting Buddy Hield. I do think that makes them markedly better, I guess, but like, not to the sense that they're going to stay above water. We've even seen it from Maxey too, right? Like, yes, Maxey had that 50-point game against the Jazz. We've seen he had a really good game this weekend as well against, was that Atlanta or I forget who they played where the Wizards where he popped off. But we've seen this now over large stretches of times that Maxey actually performs better with Embiid on the court. So I just don't know if they're going to be able to continue to cook because and we're going to look at the Bucks and Sixers schedule here in a little bit to see what they got coming up after the All-Star break. But I do think the Pacers and one of the Magic or the Heat, like the fact that the Heat, they're 4-6 in the last 10, 3 games over 500. They haven't looked right, but I just am not. I've seen this movie, I'm ready for them to make a run. And I know Jimmy Butler, I imagine Jimmy's done for until after the All-Star break. It seems like he had a death in the family. And so I imagine he's not going to rush back for that. But second half of the year, these teams have 30 games left. I still imagine the Heat are going to make a run here. And then looking at the playing game, to me, it's just going to be Bulls and Hawks. I don't see the Nets all of a sudden becoming a fun, competitive basketball team. And the Raptors, who I know are only 5 games out, but they are dog doo-doo. So I don't see that happening. And then there you go, Wizards, Pistons, Hornets. It does feel like the Pistons are going to catch the Wizards, but the worst team in basketball will be the San Antonio Spurs, I think, when all is said and done. But looking at the West, nothing has changed here. Timberwolves have a half-game lead over the Clippers, Thunder, and Nuggets. All Thunder and Nuggets both 36-17. Clippers and Wolves tied in the loss column, but the Wolves have played 1 more game and have 1 more win. So that is your top 4. We've said that before. The top 4 is that's it. The 5 seed here, we have the Pellies and the Suns tied at 31-22. The Kings have played 1 less game, and so they have 1 less win. They're a half game back at 30-22. The Mavs are in the 8 seed at 30-23. And then the Warriors now, who are 7-3 in their last 10, winners of 4 in a row, have now jumped up into the play, and they've jumped ahead of the Utah Jazz. And this kind of feel like, listen, the Jazz are fun. It would be cool if they made a playoff run here. This is your 10. This is your 10 here. The Rockets are dead in the water. I think this is your 8. I don't think the Lakers are talented, or the Warriors for that matter, are talented enough to make up the 4 or 3 games that they do to catch the Kings or the Mavs. To me, I could see the Mavericks finishing in the 6th seed. You want to project the playoffs here? I kind of like Dallas to finish in the 6th seed because I do think Luka is going to be that guy. And then I think our 7th seed will be the Kings, 8th seed will be the Pels, and then you'll have the Lakers and the Warriors, who will probably play in the play-in game again, which I think that happened last year or 2 years ago. No, that was last year, right? But the difference this time is that whoever loses is out. They don't have a shot at winning the second play-in game. So my guess here is you get Lakers playing the Warriors, which will be pretty entertaining. Kings against Pellies, and I think I kind of like the Pellies and the Lakers to come out of that. Just because the way the Lakers play, I would just take them over Golden State, even though unless Kuminga continues to pop off or Wiggins somehow comes back to life or Clay does, but that would be my guess. Figuring out the top 4, it's a mess. If I had to bet, I would say the Nuggets finish with the 1 seed, the Clippers finish with the 2 seed, and then Thunder 3, Wolves 4. But that's no, I think it's all going to be within a game of each other. I guess I'm just trusting championship pedigree of Denver. But and Clippers look legit, man. Clippers 8-2 in their last 10. They look real legit. But a lot of that will come down to schedule. Looking at the East, though, I mean, like the Cavs stuff still seems real, dude. This is 2 months of them just straight up cooking everybody in front of them. And I know like a lot of it was some schedule luck with who they were playing. It was a lot of Wizards Spurs stuff, but they've won real games too. I know they split with Milwaukee. Like they look good. And so I think I'm going to go Celtics. I think like the way we have it right now, it's going to be Celtics, Cavs, maybe Knicks, then Bucks, depending on how serious this Middleton injury is. Let's go. Let's plant a flag. Celtics 1 seed, Cavs 2 seed, Knicks 3 seed, Bucks 4 seed, which means you would see Celtics Bucks in the second round, which is kind of brutal if you're like the number 1 seed, although whatever. And then 5, I think I am going to go Pacers. I think I'm going to go Pacers, Heat, Sixers. No, I'm sorry. Pacers, Heat, Magic, Sixers. I think Sixers are going to drop to the 8 seed, and then we'll go Bulls, Hawks. Because I just don't trust. I don't trust what's his name coming back. I don't trust the Embiid stuff. Felix had time to build a Clipper stack for the playoffs. Maybe, yeah, maybe. But that's how I'm breaking it down. So I wanted to check. Let's check the Bucks' upcoming schedule here, because I think that is kind of why I'm going to take them in the 4 seed, right? So. Before the All-Star break, they've got 2 games they've got 3 games this game week. They got home against Denver, home against Miami, and then they got Memphis. Now, coming back from the All-Star break, right? It goes Minnesota, Philadelphia, Charlotte twice, which is nice. Then Chicago, Clippers, Golden State, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Sixers, Phoenix, Celtics, Nets, whatever, OKC, Lakers, Pelicans. Like that is a tough run for Milwaukee. And again, if you don't have Middleton, like hopefully Middleton, they rest him a little bit here with the All-Star game. They get a little bit of reprieve from that. He comes back, looks good. Let's look at the Sixers schedule here quickly and see what they have upcoming. Because again, no Embiid for the foreseeable future, right? It was like 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it is. At Cleveland, home against Miami, Knicks, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston. Then they get what just happened? Then they get so one more time. Sorry, my computer just had a seizure. So at Cleveland, home against Miami, home against New York this week. Then they come back from I'm sorry. 2 of those are this week. They come back next week. They are home against the Knicks, home against the Cavs, home against the Bucks, at Boston. They get Charlotte, Dallas, Brooklyn, Memphis, then Pelicans, twice against New York, twice against Milwaukee. Like we are going to see some of them slipping. So I think that's going to be fun. I'm excited to look at it. Raise it saying, now do your power rankings to win the title, top 6 or 7. I think that I'm taking the the reason I would give the Celtics the number 1 spot in the rankings right now, because I'm a homer, but the real reason is because the East is just less scary than the West, right? And because of that, it's not that they do have an easier path, but like you look at those 4 teams that are leading the way in the West, they have to go through each other too. Where like in the East, that's not the same case. So I would give the Celtics the number 1 spot. They're 41-12. They clearly have the best record in the league. And then I would go Celtics, and then I would go Denver, and then like this is like 2A, 2B, 2C, like Denver, Denver Clippers, OKC, Timberwolves, all like jam packed together. I think those are the clear top 5 shots at a championship. And then listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix is legit. I know they lost a tough one to the Warriors, but I think they can score, 200 points any given night. I don't trust them to win 7-game series, like when it comes down to it, because I don't think they can play defense, and defense wins in the playoffs. So it's hard to pick them, but I just think there's a big drop off from those top 5. And I think that's when I'd bounce back to the East. And I don't know, the Knicks are going to be able to play really good playoff basketball. They're going to have multiple guys that can go get you stops, right? And like Jalen Brunson we've seen him take over in the playoffs before. Shout out the Mavericks, right? So I think I'd put the Knicks and the Cavs and the Bucks like right in those next 3. So that's how I'd break it down. Jump Shoot says, is Jon Stewart returning the Daily Show good or bad for comedy? I mean, you know what I would say? Listen, I love the Daily Show. I tried to write for the Daily Show. Like I'm a big fan of the Daily Show. Who's watching that? Like who's watching it day to day, right? Like I assume with most of this stuff, even with like late night TV in general, the only time people are consuming that content is via Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, right? You see the clips the next day. Like that's how all like, Trevor Noah was doing a thing where he's like interacting with the audience. We'll put that clip. Oh, there was a crazy excerpt from the interview he had with this whatever. Like this joke popped. They'll put that up there. I don't know how many people are like, hey guys, it's 11:30. Can you turn on to Comedy Central real quick? Like I don't know who's doing that anymore. I love Jon Stewart. I think Jon Stewart's really funny. I'm excited to see it. But there you go. There you go. And it's only once a week now. Is that yeah. Again, so is John Oliver. And how many of you guys tune into John? Like, I mean, I just kind of watch John Oliver when the clips come out. Actually, John Oliver, I do kind of go out of my way to watch. I do enjoy John Oliver. But let's take a quick ad read here. Let's go check in with Underdog, and then we'll look at some pick'ems and all that shit. We'll be right back. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at underdogfantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at underdogfantasy.com. All right, baby. Welcome back. So here's what we got for a schedule tonight. We actually have a pretty fun Monday slate. Jump shoot 0. Planning on buying 0. Indiana plays Charlotte, which is a fun fantasy matchup. That's why Halliburton is going to project so well because he's finally playing over 30 minutes and he gets that sweet, sweet matchup. Philly at Cleveland, I think is going to be pretty fun. Even though there's no Embiid, I still think that's going to be an entertaining game. Atlanta is hosting Chicago. That's going to have a ton of points. Toronto and San Antonio, Toilet Bowl. New York at Houston. Şengün's questionable, so I don't know how much fun that's going to be. New Orleans at Memphis, whatever. But then 2 NBA TV games tonight. We have Denver at Milwaukee and then Minnesota at the Clippers. So both of those 8 and 10:30 starts. Those are going to be super fun. Washington at Dallas will be another fantasy juicy matchup. I don't know if Derek Lively is back tonight, but if he is, that's fun. Daniel Gafford might be like a sneaky little stash there for some plays because Washington is so bad. Revenge game, but they're so bad against the bigs. And then Golden State at Utah tonight. Do we have any other like key matchups? Milwaukee and Miami this week. Sacramento at Phoenix. Whatever. Let's see. ESPN on Wednesday. We get Chicago and Cleveland. Clippers at Golden State. That will be kind of fun. That's on Wednesday. And then only 3 games, and one of them on TNT. That's kind of weird. On Thursday before the All-Star game. Golden State, Utah, Minnesota, Portland, Milwaukee, Memphis. So there you go. That's what we got. Yeah, we do think we might get New York. We're supposed to get snow tonight. That's what my wife told me as she left for work this morning. So we might get some snow. All right, let's see if we can build a pick 'em here. Let's see what we got. I don't really know what to attack yet. Let's assume that Lively's out, right? What is Gafford looking like here? Do we have a line? No line on Gafford. That would have been fun. I would have liked to have built within that. I don't really want to touch Philadelphia at Cleveland because I do like a Mobley double-double. Mobley should be kind of fine to bet. And I know how many minutes did Mobley play in that last game, actually? Let me go check that out because if Mobley's playing close to 30 minutes, I think I might mess with that. I don't think B-Ball Paul and No Bamba are going to shut him down. So I kind of like that one. Who did they play? They played the Raptors and played 27 minutes. Oh, let's do it. Let's get a little spicy right off the top, huh? Sneap said Wemby first quarter overs. Yeah, we can look at it. Can we get an over on? No, my guest should be here by tomorrow. I think it was in New Jersey. It got to New Jersey yesterday, so it should be here today, but tomorrow the latest. All right, we can pull up Wembanyama. Does he have any first quarter? 4.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. We can go 4.5 points. Yeah, all right. There you go, Sneeps. I have a feeling that Ant goes off tonight, says Sean. I do like that matchup, right? Halliburton is listed as questionable and it's a Monday in Charlotte. I know Hallie's going to play tonight. I think Hallie's going to play tonight. He's been listed as questionable. 11 assists, man. That's too many. It's too many. I mean, I think he might get there. I just don't want to bet on that. All right, let's go look at the Ant-Man stuff. You like Anthony Edwards tonight? Let's see what we got from Anthony. 25.5. All right, what would you rather do here? Would you rather go for points or points, rebounds, and assists, Sean? So it's 25.5 points or 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Where would you prefer? I typically like that 7 first quarter points feels like a lot. I feel like normally I would just smash the under on that, but if we like Ant, I don't want to. Maybe we just leave that part alone. But what, Sean, you pick. You pick, Sean. What do you think? What do you think here? I don't know what else I want to hit at. I don't really know. It's too early in the day. Sean, you disappeared, Sean. What do you got for me? Points, rebounds, assists. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists from Anthony Edwards. All right. Borland will be happy. What else? That's fun. That gives us like a little late night sweat. I don't hate that. Let's see. Utah Golden State. I don't really have a read on any of those. Derek Jones Jr. Denny Avdia has been balling, man. 2x for him. He's had back-to-back double-doubles. Let's do that. That's spicy. This is spicy, okay? This is what we're going to do. This is spicy because Denny Avdia's last 2 games, what did he have? 24 on Saturday against the Sixers, right? He had 21 and 13. On Friday against the Celtics, he had 24 and 11. They haven't been using Eugene Omarari. Bagley played 15 minutes in his return. Let's do this. Let's do it. So we got a double-double for Denny Avdia, which is 2x. Higher 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists for the Ant-Man. Higher than 4.5 Wemby first quarter points. And then a double-double from Evan Mobley. That's 25x. 10 to win 250. I don't mind if let's make it 12 so I can get on an even 235. 12 to win 300. Let's go, Scorchers. Scorchers. I'm going to share the link in the chat if you want to follow along. Let's go. I kind of like that. That's fucking spicy, kid. So there you go. That's that. I don't know. You guys have any other questions you're going to get into? Just a reminder, sign up for the Team Hold So Rare VIP if you haven't yet. We've got 3 different levels. We've got the fast break level, which gets you all that sweet, sweet fast break content. It's like $3.99 a month. We do a free stream every day, and then we do a VIP stream in the afternoons with better of that stuff. And then on the weekends, you get some content, whether it's a video or just like a community blog post that's just for the VIPs doing the best plays. And then that's for fast break. Oh, and then we'll do like a stream at the beginning of each run to kind of break it down for the Team Hold So Rare VIPs, the Sorarians. That's like $4.99 a month. You get live after dark, which is right after live before lock. We do a private stream, we do a giveaway, kind of hang out, shoot the shit a little bit. You get the value hunting plays before we do value hunting. You get it like either at least a few hours beforehand, but usually a day beforehand. And then you'll get like a MVP Monday stream as well. Yeah, Ian, we got live after dark tonight, baby, right after live before lock. It's at 5:30. So go sign up for that stuff if you haven't yet. It's a good time. It's not too much. Helps us out a little bit. Yeah, jump shoot. No streams on Thursday. So Thursday's a travel day, baby. Heading to Indianapolis on Thursday. No direct flights from New York. It was a nightmare booking flights. But yeah, I'm going to be traveling, going to Indianapolis on Thursday. And then no streams on Monday either, because Monday I'm traveling back. So we'll do an NBA bit tomorrow. We'll do a version of the NBA bit on Wednesday in the afternoon, and then not again until Tuesday, even though I'm going to record some stuff while I'm out there. Do you happen to know how I can get a free honey? Roy, yeah, use promo code HOLD, HOLD, when you sign up on Underdog, get you $100 it's like $100 deposit bonus match. So you get $100. But you can't withdraw that. You got to play with that. And then once you play it, if you win stuff back, you can withdraw it. But yeah, although Roy, if you're international, I don't know what countries it's available in. But I think that's it. I think that's all we got for today. Anything else for us? Anything else from the chat that you want to dive into? Is Jump Shoot going to be threatened again today? Possibly. You never know. I do appreciate everybody that tunes in all this stuff, though. Live Before Lock is a really good that's like one of my favorite shows. It's like chaos, you know? Hopefully we have TST and our boy George again. We'll see. I now have to spend the rest of the day, my dog who's still sleeping, he's got a double ear infection, and my guy refuses to let me get in those ears with the medicine. And because, hold him down, and he's just kind of bucking. I was able to do it. So we went to the vet on, what was that, Friday? I was able to do it on Friday and on Saturday. Yesterday, he was just nightmare, hiding under tables and desks and stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to do that today. I tried to bribe him with treats. It's brutal. And I feel bad because he's so itchy. He's so itchy. I don't know what to do. I need to give him some like NyQuil or something. let my guy sleep. Get him while he's passed out. Do you think the Wizards will end up with the worst record? Yeah, I do think I think it's going to be the Spurs and then the Wizards. I don't think the Spurs are going to win many games down the stretch here. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. Give him some cannabis products. I know. I got to do something, man. We'll see. All right, anybody, we're going to call it there. Appreciate everybody being here. Hope all your bets for fire this weekend for the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes, immediately, just like, he's not a GOAT yet, but good Lord, he's well on his way. What's my guy, 26, 27? Just got two first back-to-back Super Bowl champs since Tommy Brady did it, and he's young, man. He's young, so it's going to be fun to watch the rest of the way. It was a fun game. Hope you guys all enjoyed. All right, we'll see you later this afternoon for the rest of our content over on the So Rare channel. Have a happy Monday. And as Mark Wahlberg would say, prayers up, kid.